The legendary Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina is the location for stop number 26 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as we are set for 56 laps of action on this egg-shaped racetrack. It's the running of the Mountain Dew Southern 500, one of the most prestigious races on the NASCAR schedule. Or I should say NASCAR history, I should say, too. So that all said here, let's get the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole at 172 miles an hour, his first pole ever in this series, as a matter of fact, too. It's Christian Russell, the number 7 Xerox Race Ford. He's on the pole for the first time ever in his career in this series, I should say, too. He'll be alongside car number 9, Jessica Shelton, the Coors Light Melling Ford. She's on the outside. She's a 2-time winner this season so far. Second row, he is the man who is tied with Shelton for the number 1 spot in the points going into this race. Quentin Moore, the winner this season at Watkins Glen. Sitco Ford, car number 21. He's alongside Phil Parker in car number 5. Third row, he's Keith Batson, car 20, Texaco Haviland Ford, and beside him will be car number 26, Quaker State Ford, Matt McIntyre. He's also a 2-time winner this season so far. Fourth row, he's one of our in-car cameras, Seth Cullen, the number 52 Alka-Seltzer Pontiac. He's alongside car number 4. He's alongside car number 30, I should say. It is William Brock, or number 30, Jay Jefferson, excuse me, the Pennzoil Pontiac. Fifth row sees 3-time winner this season so far, Zach Rogers, and number 4, William Brock, who won the second race at Pocono this season, the Kodak Film Chevy car number 4. Next row sees our second in-car camera, Kyle Matthews in the Mellow Yellow Pontiac car 42. And number 43, Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac. Might come off a pretty good run he had at Bristol. Next row is Jackson Haywood, who won the second race at Talladega this season. He'll be alongside Dylan Young, who won the last race in the Tour at Michigan. Or I should say he won 2 races ago at Michigan, excuse me, the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Ford. Next row down is car number 94, Jesse Turner in the Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, the winner of the Pepsi 400. And number 29 is Zachary Fitzwater, who won the first stop at Pocono. Next row, Johnny Gardner in car number 8, number 22, Dylan Poteet. Gardner won the season at the first race at Bristol. Next row, Nathan Orman in number 6, and number 55, Nathan Hudson, a pair of Nathans on that row. Hudson won the night race at Bristol, the last race on the Tour. Next row, he's car number 14, Ryan George, who won the first stop at Michigan this season, and number 25, Benjamin Miles. He's alongside of him. Next row, he's car number 3, Cole Deaver, the GM Government Chevrolet. He comes in this race number 7 in the points chase. And the man who won the race at Charlotte this season, Ryan Brommer, the 600 winner at Charlotte, I should say, this season. Next row is Charles Sanford in 24 and Joshua Osborne in 31. Next row down sees car number 17, Levi McIntyre, who has our second in-car camera in this race here. I should say our third in-car camera, I should say, in this race here today. He's alongside number 12, Rob Evans. Next row is Kev Shear in car 68 and number 27, Kat Batson, who's going for the Darlington Sweep this season. Next row sees car number 75, Laura Chung, and number 70, Wade Brummer. Next row sees car number 83, Alex Miller, and number 18, Matt Haas. And next row down sees car number 20, Mitchell Collins, and number 98, Gene Sanford. Next row sees car number 10, Paul Minnick, and number 71, Henry Sanford. Next row down sees Adam Garcia and Jacob Thibodeau, and Jordan Anderson starts shotgun field in car number 90. So that's your starting lineup for this race here, as the field of 41 cars line up for this race here today, as we'll be going 56 laps of action on this egg-shaped racetrack at Darlington. And we'll see how this all comes up here, as we're about to get the command to fire the engines for the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Man, getting the fired engines as we get some racing here on this racetrack, as the field will roll off a pit road here, and we'll be back for the start right after this. Back at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina, as we are getting set for racing here Again, 56 laps of action on this racetrack here, and one of the most prestigious stops on the tour at Darlington, and one of the most prestigious races, the Mountain Dew Southern 500. As the field rounds off corner number 4, the field being lanced for the first time ever by Christian Russell, the number 76 antifreeze Ford. Has had some good runs here this season so far. Hopes to get his first win. Can he do it today? We'll find out. All the other 40 cars will try to spoil his shot plans here. There's a green flag flies, and we're underway at Darlington. You remember Quentin Moore led the opening laps at the last race on the tour at Bristol, and he hopes to lead the opening lap at Darlington this time by, and he will not do so. Christian Russell leads the first lap of this race here as Quentin Moore goes to second place. Third is Keith Batson as he gets by Shelton as they go through turns 1 and 2. Turns here at Darlington are different in both ways here. The turns 1 and 2 is the set of turns 1 and 2 is the longest of the set of corners. This is the shortest set, turns 3 and 4, banked about 2 degrees less at 23 degrees. The bank in turns 1 and 2 banked at 25 degrees. As Quentin Moore leads the second lap of his race, he gets those 5 bonus points, so he will see it's now at this point at least officially ahead in the points, I should say. He and, as we mentioned, he and Shelton came in this race tied for first in the standings coming in after Bristol, and we have 9 races left to go, counting this one here at Darlington. It'll be 8 races to go after this race is over as Keith Batson takes the lead. And whoa, cars bouncing off each other behind her. It looked like Nathan Hudson, Benjamin Miles, and Alex Miller in the 83 car. Miller's gotten by Hudson, and now he gets by Benjamin Miles. Joshua Osborne trying to shove Miller up to the field. So that moves Alex Miller up to the 27th position right now. But boy, Hudson and Miller and Miles got a little bit of a scare here coming off that fourth corner the last time by. But what I was going to say here is that we have, after this race is over, is now Zach Rogers taking the lead. We'll have 8 races to go after this one here. The next race on the tour after this will be at Richmond. And after Richmond will be Dover, Martinsville, North Wilkesboro, Charlotte, Rockingham, Phoenix, and Homestead in that order as Kyle Matthews takes the lead from Zach Rogers now. Gives Zach a bit of a tap there and moves Rogers up the track. And now Jackson Haywood in the 15 car, the man who won the Die Hard 500 at Talladega this season, he goes to the inside, looks for the lead. He's got it going through turns 3 and 4 now, and brings Jesse Turner with him in car number 94. As you're on board now with Kyle Matthews in the number 42 Mello Pontiac. Matthews knocking on the door of the top 10 points. He's 11th in the points coming into this event. Not a typical Kyle Matthews season, though. You would see, though, he's usually after this point he's won. Because usually at this point in the season he would already have won a couple of races, but not. He's been close to winning a couple of times, though. But he has not had much luck in trying to get a win this season. He hopes to break that here today, though, but there's still a lot of racing left to go, though. As we completed the 7th lap of this race, we only have now 49 to go here today. Cole Deaver goes by. Now Charles Sanford in 24 tries to go by, and he will do so. So move Charles up a spot, as will Deaver. Now they both go by the 6 car, Nathan Ormond. And here's one guy whose qualifying has been improving a bunch. However, his performance in race day has been a bit suspect in some ways, though. Because he's run good this season, but the thing of it is, though, for Ormond, I should say, is that the thing of it is with him, his racing performance has been pretty good. He's had some good runs. But it all seems to fall apart at the wrong place at the wrong time for him. He has had his best finishes has been a 3rd at Pocono and a 2nd at Atlanta. Other than that, though, it's been feast or famine for Nathan Ormond as far as running good or getting into a problem caused by somebody else's stupidity. Ryan George goes to the lead right now, and now here comes Cole Deaver to the low side looking for the lead as he takes the GM Goodwrench Chevy up to the top spot now, and Charles Sanford goes to second place now. Those two started in the back, and Dylan Poteet's up to the third position now. Number 22, Maxwell House Ford. And he takes the 26 car of Matt McIntyre with him there to Quaker State Ford. Two-time winner season so far. McIntyre won the season at California, and he also won at Richmond. And now Charles Sanford saw what Deaver did the last time by, and he does Deaver this time by. So move the California Crusher, Charles Sanford, up to the top spot now for the time being, because here comes Poteet with a head of steam to the inside of the racetrack here, the blue number 22. He dives low, and now Matt McIntyre tries to go 3 wide. Thought better of it as he pulls behind Charles Sanford now. That's Sanford in 24 and McIntyre in the green 26. And now move Matt McIntyre up to the inside lane now. He's got the push from Zachary Fitzwater in car number 29. Off turn number 4 they come here. McIntyre and Poteet, who leads this lap. It's going to be Matt McIntyre that time by leading the lap, and he gives Poteet the door tap, and to the top spot goes the Quaker State Ford. Inside with Levi McIntyre to set number 17 Western Auto Chevy. Levi right now running in 5th position at the moment here in the Western Auto Chevy. He was clocked 4th the last time by, though, but he's going to be caught up on the outside as Cab Shearer leads. I think that was his first lap he led today. Yes, it is. The first lap he's led in the Country Time Oldsmobile. In fact, this is where Kev got his second victory of his career, I think. Either his second or his first. I know his first came at North Wilkesboro, I think, a few seasons back. And Mike Becker now dives to the low side in 43, goes low and takes the position away. So move the King Richard Petty colors up to the top spot now in the STP Pontiac. Rob Evans in second position, Dylan Young trying for third, and now Kyle Matthews trying for fourth in the Mellow Yellow Pontiac. Why that Mellow Yellow paint scheme, you ask, for Kyle Matthews, though? He seems like he runs it almost every season. Well, I'll tell you why. Here, not only is it one of his is probably his favorite Kyle Petty paint scheme of them all, but also his favorite retro night paint scheme that he's ever seen on the racetrack here, for obvious reasons. There, when in 2015, remember at Darlington in 2015, Kyle Larson ran that very scheme on his Chevrolet during the retro night at Darlington. Which, by the way, I was in Indianapolis when that race happened. Was on TV. I was in Indianapolis for the U.S. Nationals that same weekend. But Matthews, of course, has always liked that Mellow Yellow paint scheme probably more than any other Kyle Petty scheme out there. There are some Petty schemes that he has liked, but this is his favorite one of the bunch. That's why you always seem to see him in the Mellow Yellow colors. Not only a Kyle Petty fan, but also a fan of Terry Labonte and Jeff Gordon as well. Now, wrong thing, he gets passed by a Jeff Gordon car in Charles Sanford as he goes to second position now. And here comes Dylan Young to third spot now in the number 2 Miller Genuine Draft Ford. Moving Matthews back to fourth position now. Christian Russell, the pole sitter for the race, up to 5th spot. And how about Laura Chung in the 75 car? She is up to the She's continue to move her way up to the field now. Chung this time by clocked in the 6th position right now in the Dinner Bell Oldsmobile. You're inside with Seth Collins now. You see Charles Sanford take the lead. Seth Cole up to 6th position right now. As you now see Dylan Young, you're watching all this from Seth Cole's point of view. As Dylan Young takes the lead now in the number 2 machine. But he's got his hands full at the number 42 at Kyle Matthews. They come off turn number 4 here. Drag race to the start finish line. It's going to be Dylan Young leading that lap. Matthews gives him a little bit of a tap, and now he goes to the top spot now. So, a very fast-paced race here at Darlington so far, as we have now completed 22 laps in the books, and we have now 34 laps remaining in this race here, as we are halfway point is 28 laps. Of this race. Matthews led that lap, but barely, because here comes Christian Russell to the left side. Russell, you remember, led the opening lap of this race here. Now Zach Rogers and Zachary Fitzwater now move their way back into contention. And also Quentin Moore in 21. Quentin, let's remember, 2nd place in the points coming into this race here, tied for first with Jessica Shelton, who right now is clocked in the... Shelton that time by clocked in 18th position. Now she takes 17th away from Alex Miller. Shelton now falling behind Johnny Gardner and Matt Haas. And another car we give a call to there, Jacob Thibodeau, the number 33 Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. Thibodeau started this race in 40th position. He's now moved his way up to he was 12th the last time by. He's now taken 11th from Jackson Haywood. Matt Haas up there, number 18 car. Another surprise up there too, from last place, Jordan Anderson, the number 90 car. Starting to see some surprises up there in the field here. Laura Chung, Jordan Anderson up there, Jacob Thibodeau, Matt Haas. Some of those guys up to the field here. We don't talk much about this season, or haven't talked much about this season. And of course, I've mentioned also Christian Russell in the 7 car, who's having a decent run here today. And now Zach Rogers and Quentin Moore go at it here toe to toe with each other. And who leads this lap? I think it's going to be Rogers. Yes, it is. But Quentin Moore dives low. That in fact looked like the British. That in fact looked like the finish that happened at the Brickyard 400 when Zach Rogers won. Quentin came back from that heartbreak and came back to take the checker flag at Watkins Glen to win that race. As we see now, Laura Chung now takes the lead. And problems in turn number 1. Matt McIntyre, or I should say not, yeah, Matt McIntyre squeezed through. That was Paul Minnick and Henry. It's Paul Minnick and Kat Batson in 27. Oh, Mitchell Collins, number 20, he was involved. Jay Jefferson in 30 is involved. Hood really bent up on the number 27 McDonald's Ford. So caution number 1 flying on lap number 29 here at Darlington Raceway. And in fact, it all started coming off the 4th corner. Because I saw out behind, Levi McIntyre got way squirrely coming down the front stretch. And that Henry Sandberg shoved McIntyre right into Christian Russell, sending Christian in the wall. McIntyre goes right into Paul Minnick, takes his frustration out on him. Minnick, oh my God, pancakes the driver's side door of his number 10 Ty Ford. Ricochets back up the track, just missed Wade Brummer and Nathan Hudson, but not William Brock in the 4 car, and that sends him right into Cat Batson's car. 30 car of you saw of Jay Jefferson goes by. Matt McIntyre did a brilliant job just squeaking by Cole Deaver, and Keith Batson's going to be sleeping on the couch tonight because he just hit Cat Batson's car. Anyway, so tough break for some of the drivers here, and that and that adds insult to injury for Mitchell Collins as he got hit by Jay Jefferson in the 30 car. And Mitchell was not even in this crash here. Let's take a look at what happened to Mitchell Collins. He was trying to get slowed down. He was underneath Nathan Ormond in the 6. Goes right into Ormond's car in the number 6 machine. Ormond saves it. Oh, and Collins was up on 3 wheels. But saved it, and all he got was a back-end wall tap out of the whole deal. So Collins came out the fuzzy end of that lollipop in this whole deal. There's Matt McIntyre in the 26 going by. Let's see where we can find Jay Jefferson. He's coming in right now. Collins goes up the track. Just gets clipped by the 30 car. Keith Batson just missed him as well. Kev Shearer's in the pits there. Mitchell Collins now coming out of the pits in the Air Darlington. 55 miles an hour to speed limit on pit road. Collins now slips back to 41st position because of this, and I'm sure a couple of cars might be out of this race. I think Kat Batson, I wasn't surprised if she was out because of this whole deal. Yet not only Kat Batson but also Jay Jefferson as well. Jefferson had an ignition failure on his number 30 Pennzoil Pontiac, and Kat Batson, of course, that crash knocked her out of the race as well. Averaging so far 150.717 miles an hour, as the fastest lap race so far 175.359, set by Henry Sanford as the fastest lap race so far here at Darlington. So the pace car sights are off here as we are now getting set for the restart here. It'll be on lap number 34 when the race restarts. Mitchell Collins is the only car not on the lead lap. It's still running here at least. So Collins is in 39th position, 2 laps down. Kev Shearer somehow got involved in the wreck though. Some reason though they got him out of the race because of an accident. I don't see how Shearer got involved in the crash, to be honest. I really don't. Because he didn't look like he was nowhere near the whole deal. But tough break again for the Pennsylvania lad. So that will come. So restart happens on lap number 34 as the field comes off corner number 4. Kyle Matthews leads him down. Jordan Anderson is second. Laura Chung third. Jacob Thibodeau fourth. And Matt Haas is in 5th position. And Johnny Gardner, Quentin Moore, Zach Rogers, Jessica Shelton, and Charles Sanford the top 10. Starting to fan out just a little bit here. Now Laura Chung goes low on the 90 car of Jordan Anderson as they come off corner number 4. Starting to scramble up just a little bit here as the 75 just pushes the 90 up the track now. Sending the Heilig Meyer Stores Ford to the back of this pack of cars. Gardner goes by in the number 8 car as they go into turn number 3. Zach Rogers gets by Quentin Moore. Now he tries to get by the 90 car here of Jordan Anderson as they come off turn number 4. Rogers will floor to throw that black and white Oldsmobile and take position away. He's got the help from Jessica Shelton in the 90 car, I should say the number 9 car, excuse me. She gets by Quentin Moore, and now she gets by Anderson as well, or tries to get by Anderson. And she will do so. So move Shelton up another spot. Meantime, battle for the lead. It is Kyle Matthews versus Laura Chung, and Laura is gonna go to the top spot, and Matt Haas goes to second place now. And Johnny Gardner, car number 8, trying for third position now on Kyle Matthews. They go into turn number 3. Zach Rogers gets by Thibodeau. Now he tries to get by Matthews for position. 19 laps to go here at Darlington. Matthews keeps going backwards now. It's Jessica Shelton. Look out for that number 9 car. She's up to the top 5 now at the 5th position. Shelton, a 2-time winner at Darlington, but both of them were in the Southern 500. She's won this race twice, looking for her 3rd win of this race. And she picks off Matt Haas. Now she tries to go after Zach Rogers. She knows that Quentin Moore's already led a lap today so far. Shelton wants to cancel that out and get 5 points of her own. Shelton started second here in this race here as Laura Chung continues to lead. Johnny Gardner goes to the low side, tries to get past Laura, moves her up the track here and move Gardner to the top spot. Rogers follows suit. Shelton's going to follow behind, and so will Poteet in the 22 car. And Kyle Matthews is falling now to the back of this pack of cars here, as he will try to regroup and will try to get past everybody else here. As we're now coming up on 16 laps to go here at Darlington. Johnny Gardner now the leader. Here comes Shelton to peaks low on Zach Rogers. Nothing there. Rogers trying to work on Gardner a little bit going into the 3rd turn here. Buick in 1st, Oldsmobile 2nd, then Ford's 3rd and 4th, and a Chevrolet in 5th. And now Rogers dives to the low side. Who leads this lap? Gardner's going to. And Shelton's going to get caught on the high side. Now Dylan Poteet goes by. And Shelton had the opportunity to sneak down back to the low side between Poteet and Matt Haas. Not going to happen, as Haas will get by and watch everybody follow the 18 car. And now Shelton's going to be the one going backwards now in the number 9 car. So she got up as far as 3rd place, but alas, it didn't happen though. But alas, her attempt to try to lead a lap didn't work. And now Poteet's going to try to take the lead from Zach Rogers now, as here comes number 8, Johnny Gardner. Back to 3rd position, Matt Haas up the 4th spot now. Haas's best finish was a 2nd to Matt McIntyre at California Speedway earlier this season. And he would like to equal that, or at least even improve that with a win here today. He would like to do that. He's got a pretty good shot at it, too, because he's up there in this field. But as we said, as we always say, anything can happen, and usually does. And here comes Haas to the low side, takes position from Rogers. And now comes number 21, Quentin Moore to go forward. In the meantime, the second pack of cars here being led by Seth Cullen, number 52. He's in 11th position. 12th is Dylan Young. You're on board with Seth Cullen, number 52. Looking right at the front end of Dylan Young's car. Young dives to the low side here as you now look at Alex Miller's car, and Rob Evans right behind him in number 12. And Seth's going to be caught to the high side now. Dylan Young goes by, Miller goes by, Evans goes by, Fitzwater's going to try to go by, Hudson, Osborne, and Haywood right there behind. And now Hudson gets shot up at the high side again as well. And now Osborne and Haywood dives to the low side. In fact, the second pack is closing it up on the first pack of cards. Well, was on the pack. Well, what was the first pack of cards? As you see now, William Brock and Mitchell Collins is now holding up the leaders now. Poteet goes by Collins here. Collins is now 2 laps down, or I should say 3 laps down now in the number 20 car. William Brock's now gone a lap down. Keith Batson also a lap down in 37th. Brock is in 36th. And that's let the second pack of cars. That's let Dylan Young back in this race. The number 20 car, or number 2 car, I should say. In fact, Collins has now is now holding up some of the second pack of cars here. Rob Evans. He's held Alex Miller up now, and it's now Evans, Fitzwater, and Osborne is going to try to go by the 12, 29, and 31 cars, and they're going to get held up behind the 4 cars. Well, and Alex Miller says, enough's enough. I'm getting held up by the 20 car. Now, the second pack of the car says the same thing to the number 4 car of Brock. There's where Rob Evans is at right now. Dylan Young is entering the 3rd turn, so is Evans right now. So those guys got a little bit to work with here between catching the first pack of cars here. Six laps to go. Dylan Poteet out in front. Quentin Moore second. Laura Chung's the only one that possibly could surprise. She's in 3rd spot right now, having an excellent run here today. And here comes Quentin Moore, car number 21, officer number 4. Jordan Anderson slips here it goes up the track, and yellow flag is out for the 2nd time, and with 5 laps remaining. And it's Benjamin Miles who crashed in car number 25. So this may mean we are going to get a 1-lap dash to the checkered flag. This may mean we're going to get a 1-lap dash to the checkered flag here at Darlington. Oh my goodness. Take a look at what happened to Benjamin Miles off turn number 4 here. Things look pretty good at this point here. Miles drafting down that straightaway here, and he goes into turn number 1. Nathan Orman loses it and then gets right into. He gets it put in the wall. So does Gene Sanford and Jackson Haywood, but Orman and Miles both spin. And Benjamin Miles sitting on pit road. Miles was 8th in the points coming into this race, too, having a solid season. Has not yet won this season, though, but he's having a solid year so far. Talking about the number 25 Kodiak Chevrolet. Well, just as I predicted that we are going to get a 1-lap dash to the checkered flag here at Darlington Raceway. This is going to be absolutely crazy here. How long has it been since here? Dylan Poteet has not won in many seasons. It's been many seasons since he last won a Castrol GTX Cup Series race. Though Darlington has not been one of the races tracks he's won at. I'll add also too. I don't think it's been, but then again, it's been a series probably for every year. But Poteet's got a shot to possibly do it here. Quentin Moore, he's looking for the second victory of the season there, number 21 car. He'd love to add the 7,500 win to his mantle. Not to mention become another one of those 2-time winners this season so far. Laura Chung, well, she's looking for her first. Kyle Matthews of her career. Kyle Mendes looking for his first win of the season, and Shelton's looking for her third of the season. Question is, in this one lap dash, who will do it? That's going to be the question. Will it be Poteet? Will it be Quentin Moore? Or will it be Laura Chung? Or will it be any of the others behind them? As the green flag flies here, and we are underway. As the green and white flag both fly, we're back underway. One lap to decide it all. Poteet gets the jump he needed right here. It's been many races, like I said, it's been many seasons since Poteet last won in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Can he break that big losing streak he's been on? Through turns 3 and 4 here, Quentin Moore dives to the lowest side. Here he comes off turn number 4. Moore's got the run of the checkered flag. He does not do it, and Dylan Poteet, for the first time in a long time, wins in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. He wins the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Welcome back to victory lane for Dylan Poteet. The number 22 Maxwell House Ford goes to the winner's circle here today as he tames the track known as the track Tooth at the Tame or the Lady in Black, whichever it is, but a fine drive by the man from Kentucky as he takes the checkered flag here today, averaging 126.638. And again, Quentin Moore, total heartbreak as he comes home second again by a half a car length. As he made a run to the checkered flag here, I'll tell you, if Quentin would have had about one more lap, though, in that race, so he possibly could have done it here today, but oh my gosh, some tremendous stuff here. Laura Chung, give a call to Laura Chung, though. Third place in the number 75 car, her best run ever in the season in her rookie year. Kyle Mendes comes home in 4th, and Jessica Shelton comes home in 5th position. Here's Zach Rogers 6th. Jordan Anderson comes home 7th. Matt Haas 8th. Jacob Thibodeau with another top 10 finishes 9th. And Johnny Gardner comes home in 10th position. 11th will go to Charles Sandler, then Zachary Bitswater 12th. Mike Becker 13th. Alex Miller 14th. 15th will go to Rob Evans. Then Nathan Hudson, Joshua Osborne, Matt McIntyre, Ryan Brommer, and Jesse Turner, the top 20 in today's event here. Several drivers with not so good runs here today, and that they needed good runs, but didn't get them here today. Seth Cole was 21st, Henry Sanford 22nd, Cole Deaver 23rd, Wade Brummer, Gene Sanford, was 25th, and Ryan Brommer, Dylan Young, Adam Garcia, Christian Russell. The Pulsar was 29th, and 30th will go to Levi McIntyre. Here, it's been a rough year for the defending champion of this series here, despite the win he had at New Hampshire this season. Jackson Haywood 31st, and Phil Parker, Nathan Ormond, and Paul Minnick was the last car to finish on the lead lap in 34th position. William Buck was 35th, Keith Batson 36th, Benjamin Miles 37th, and Mitchell Collins was the last car to finish the race in 38th position, 3 laps down. 34 cars were finished on the lead lap in today's event. Kev Shearer, Cat Batson, and Jay Jefferson were the 3 cars to finish out of the race. But a big win for Dylan Poteet. Welcome back to victory lane for the man who formerly ran the Mountain Dew Racing Series and the Mopar Nationwide Series. I know he doesn't follow much in the NR community. I know he doesn't follow much in the NR community but still, welcome back to victory lane for him, as he takes the win here today, averaging 126.638. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got interests, we got gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA says close ours for his channel. Be sure to check out Set Store Sell Cup Series. Also on this channel here, be sure to do that. I guarantee the prices are a lot better than what I have to offer, and you will not regret checking this series out, obviously, as well. As well. So, again, that will do it today at Darlington. For now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. We will see you at Richmond, Virginia for the Excite 400.